Hello everyone, this is Ether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So it's the end of the season, didn't do too great this season, but on offense, I don't quite know what happened here at the end, but just pretty much an average Joe week in Anima season. / Astra, if you want to think about it that way. But yeah, pretty much the one thing I found this week on offense was that, well, Bolt Tower level 4 OP. It won me way too many matches on offense, and I was still technically fooling around, so that was kind of awkward. And here they just kind of break ones. I don't know what the plan was there. As you see here, they're going to go in, so the idea is they leave the Black Eagles flag there, but then they still leave a Versa there, presumably because they don't want a melee unit going in. But Hardy burying Sonya manages to meme out a kill, and they just surrender here, presumably because their carry went oof. So, Ripperino's there. And just the usual level 5 offensive healing tower is pretty cool. Super expensive, but definitely super strong during Astra Anima season, especially on offense, because, well, it's an offensive structure. But aside from that, I just don't think the placement's that good. It's, of course, a central location, but Dumas are pretty frequently placed on, like, column 4 and whatnot, which is why my Panic Manor is usually a rip. And here, they don't get rid of the Panic Manor due to the heavy traps, so I'm not sure why they're using Defense Res Bond, because that doesn't... For one, that's kind of not working too well with Savage Breath, but Micaiah magically living a hit, which is kind of interesting. And Seliph moving forward due to ground orders, but Bolt Tower is a thing, so they're going to be able to secure the kill Fjorm there. But they have to leave Fjorm in range, and Sonya still has her special. Healing Tower actually takes us out of Wings of Mercy range, but in this case it doesn't matter because Sothis gets back into it, so they're pretty memed at this point, but they can definitely clean up and still win, which looks like that's what they're gonna do. And Aversa is just going to be able to double here, so not much I can do in that respect. And Micaiah as well not able to pick up the kill, like usual, so Ripperino. It's just the same thing every week. Here is someone just playing it smart, nothing too special, and of course, Bolt Tower, always something that comes in handy. I don't know about Dragon Gaze though. Attack speed bond's also a little suspicious, but I mean it works. They basically just have a bunch of nukes, and their strategy is most likely hit and run, and my team is absolutely garbage against hit and run, so if you know what you're doing, it's a pretty easy time, quote unquote. You still need to be able to deal with, the follow-up, but this team has it all covered. And of course, when you hit and run against my team, usually you're attacking to Sothis, so you need to be able to take her out in that respect. Unfortunately, Seliph not able to deliver a killing blow, but due to the tactics room, they're able to get away with this, and so they don't drop a unit there, and so it's going to be a pretty simple cleanup at this point. But they don't pick up the last ether structure, so technically a win for me, Kappa. A lot of people just seem to not grab this immediately, Even though honestly, if you have a dancer especially, you could just range unit, take this out, dance, and get rid of the tactics room. Like, I just have my tactics room at level 5 for the memes. In practice, on this defense, it's completely useless. But it's like, it basically forces someone using ranged units to break it. But it's with a dancer, it's a super minor inconvenience. So here, Gale Force teams absolutely destroy my team. So they're just going to have free Wings of Mercy set up, of course, so they can get ready for their wombo combos once the bolt trap goes off, especially. But it looks like they're still setting up and trying to get some healing. I'm not quite sure what they're planning here, but maybe just a hit and run play. I'm not sure why they would do that, but I mean, it works, I guess. Taking quite a bit of time to actually go ham on this Gale Force strat. Looks like they're just gonna go for the hit and run, which is kind of interesting. Not a very smart run option, but I mean, I'm pretty sure Selith's just going to attack Reinhardt, so nothing bad's going to happen to them. So smart play there. And they should be able to just pick up the kill on Sylvia, because she's honestly the most important engine there. And here I'm guessing Naga doesn't kill, so we get the Wings of Mercy kill for the salts. And it's turn 7, but I'm thinking they should be able to clear this out. I'm thinking. I guess not. Or, yeah. Kind of an interesting play there. I was thinking maybe they could use Tabarn for Gale Force, but maybe you couldn't do it. I'm not sure. They kind of just timed themselves out. Pretty sure they could have won using that team. This Gale Force does shred my team with proper execution. At worst, with the minimal investment Gale Force teams, you'd probably end up dropping 1 unit, but that's not a big deal. And here we have Kronia on offense, running Null Sea Disrupts, which, honestly speaking, it has its uses, but listen, for so many seasons now, I have not run into Fire Sleep. It's just kind of fallen out of popularity, either because people be using Fallen Karn with Null Sea Disrupt and then wrecking their defenses easy peasy, and so they decided that's probably not a great defense, when in reality it actually is in concepts. But I mean, that's how things go. At this point, they're just waiting for the healing tower to make sure Kronia doesn't get memed on by the Panic Manor. But they do this, and I wonder what might happen when there's a unit with Hardy Bearing versus a Panic Ploid unit. I mean, let alone Seliph is at full HP again because of Healing Tower, since they decided to not break that. Not the smartest decision, that's all I have to say. And so we get some wombo comboing going on here, but we're not going to get a triple kill because of ground orders and Wings of Mercy on Sylvia. That's kind of always a problem, but here they're ready to go. Looks like we're going to get Sothis to kill here. She attacks from there because it's has a lower threat range, and well, Sothis able to troll there. Now Seliph actually doubles. What is this? Huh? How did he double? I guess chill speed. That's out of the ordinary, but plus speed Seliph actually doing something, Capo. At some point, plus speed Seliph's gonna be worth it. I do have a plus attack Seliph if I do want to use that IV, that boon, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. I feel like if I build a defense with Yoon or whatever, the extra speed could make them pretty spoopy. Then again, people are just going to magically all have Swordbreaker Reinhardts and it won't even matter. Unless, you know, Sylph can actually one-shot Reinhardt, which honestly is pretty difficult, so I'm not thinking that's the thing. I have an idea of what this person probably did, and probably not the greatest idea. Here we get free 10 chip damage. So they're just getting set up. The problem is they're using Summer... I don't even know how you pronounce her name. Yogurt? We just all call her Yogurt. I don't know why. But Yoon's whispers. Yeah. Sothis actually misses the kill, but I mean, that's kind of a whatever moment. At this point, things are just going more and more downhill. Now they're setting up to bait. And because of Tactics Room, they're able to bait the dancer like this. But she doesn't kill because it's Yogurt Kappa. So, rip to them. And they just spent too many turns basically doing nothing. So, ripperinos. To a degree, you do have to plan what you're doing against my defense. But if you have the stuff, the units, it doesn't really matter too much. Bolt Tower absolutely destroys my team because I'm not running like Vantage on Sothis, so in favor of having the Wrath option to get an accelerated Sirius to like chain it if folks don't manage to murder her somehow. I don't know. Should probably run Vantage or something, but even then she wouldn't be getting that many kills. At least it would be a minor inconvenience if anything. There's that. So they did a pretty good job breaking structures so far. I don't know why their bolt tower's all the way in the corner, but I guess maybe they're too spooked about having it in a central location, like where their escape ladder is in column 4, because it can screw things up. But here it seems like, yeah, pretty smart play there. If folks haven't figured it out, the easiest way to beat my defense is to do something like that. If you're not gonna hit and run with Sothis and have enough movement assists to do things, but here unfortunately Self misses the kill. Pretty standard stuff. And at this point, they can just leave later nerds, and they can just leave Fiorm out in range because she should be able to tank pretty easily, especially being a bonus unit. So I mean, there's not much to see here. Now they're just gonna bait Micaiah. So it's just solid play all around. And of course there's Reinhardt and company to take care of the remaining Sothis, so it doesn't really matter. But it is a pretty simple way to... It's like there, having Vantage might have done something. But let's be real, she probably wasn't one-shotting Mer anyways. Or Fiorm for that matter, so it honestly did not matter there. Here we have probably the largest Gale Force squad you'll ever see, Kappa. Yeah, pretty much. It's using Valoria to accelerate the Gale Force. Some teams, they actually go ham on Gale Force. The whole team will have Gale Force. Except, I don't think you can give Naga Gale Force because she's a dragon. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So here again, free setup for Wings of Mercy. They have Healing Tower, of course, if they need to get back the HP, and they still have plenty of time to set up because with Gale Force strategies, especially against teams like mine, it does not take that long to take them out. So here Tabarn's just one-shotting things, so he can't even proc Gale Force. Seliph, of course, is tier freeing working against us because then it allows Nisala to proc Gale Force, and well, unfortunately, we can't murder Nisala, so we're just doomed in that respect. But having a box defense like mine is not too great for against Gale Force because everything just chains pretty well, especially when you have squishy units. If your units are too squishy, it can give a lot of Gale Force teams problems, but this team here is kind of just a mishmash. Not too sure what they're trying to accomplish with TA, honestly, because that definitely puts you at a disadvantage, especially if you drop your one TA unit of that color. So like if Sophia were to get murdered, they have basically no strong green counters at all, as an example. But I don't know if this is their only team. They probably have more than one team, unlike me. The casual one team challenge. It's honestly not too bad, but if you want to win more matches, you definitely need to have more than one team, because there is no single team in the game that can single-handedly beat every defense in the game. That's just not a thing. And even here with TA, he still doesn't pick up the kill, which is kind of a feels bad moment. They don't have any attack field buffs, so that doesn't help. And they have Lianren range. I'm not sure if that was a mistap or something, but there was no way she was going to live that. Maybe it was a tactical sack, Kappa. I mean, at this point, there's just too much to deal with. Seliph is a huge threat, and there's not really much they can do at this point. Healing tower, of course, doing its thing. And we're just getting all the kills. Sophia being a tank, but then again, Seliph doesn't have great attack. So, Ripperino there just did not have the right stuff. Maybe if he could take out Sothis in one shot, things might have been better, but here we have someone who really doesn't like ranged units. Kind of interesting to see Gale Dance there, because relative to like Earth Dance and Tort Dance, you do get one less to every stat when you dance a unit who's completely unbuffed. So here they're using the classic main carry with legendary Elowood strategy. What could possibly go wrong? And this is just an example of why execution is so important. They go in for this super aggressive attack. There's no need to do this. They did not have to go in that early. And so now they're just going to pay for that pretty much. Sothis picks up a kill. Let me pick up a kill on the Dancer. And it's already a pretty bad spot for them because Sonya's chilling in the back. So sure, they can get a kill. Get some panic smoke, which does basically nothing. But we're just going to keep picking up kills. And there's not much they can do about it. So they're just going to keep getting kills. And at this point, Seliph is just... You can't one-shot him, so rip. They seriously did not need to go in like that. That was just completely unnecessary. I don't know if it was a mistap or whatever. I definitely mistap on occasion though. Definitely a thing. A miracle, sure. Armor, sure. Gale Force. So double Gale Force. I'm guessing their main problem is going to be getting the Gale Force proc on Tidlarn, because there's that 5 cooldown. Especially when you do something like that, now you just simply can't. At that point, you just simply can't get the Gale Force proc in 2 hits. Quite the interesting play. Definitely not gonna work. For one, we got coverage for days, so ground order synergy getting us a triple kill there, and it's basically already over. So, rip. And last but not least, this team I have no idea what the heck. I don't even know what this team. just looking at this team, I'm not sure what's going. Close counter, advantage, blatant flyer, attack +3. I'm gonna be honest with you, I can understand attack +3, but I would rather want something like HP attack if you're that desperate for attack, or just like fierce stance. I'm not sure why you would go attack +3. Maybe you just don't have the resources, but considering there's a few highly merged seasonal units, I would think they would maybe have some resources. So yeah, I'm not sure how they're approaching this. I would definitely probably just approach it like hit and run with Morgan, but you can definitely one-shot Sothis with her. Or maybe you could even do it with Hinoka. I'm not sure what their master plan is here. They're probably gonna test the heavy trap, which I think is pretty pointless. Or not. They're gonna disarm trap, that also works. They're kind of just not doing anything interesting. Definitely pretty inefficient use of their turns to set up. They're just kind of, maybe they probably don't do their daily damage calcs, so they're like, oh, I can't do enough damage, let me just do something else. I don't know. And no, that's not a great day for Fjorm. Well, Seliph is gonna live. We get the Wombo combo, of course. Fjorm one-shotting, and Vantage ready on Seliph. Pretty bad situation, but they have a Dancer. But they're gonna try and tank Fjorm here. I would not recommend. Don't even know how Sothis picked up that kill, but now Selip's still in Vantage range, and they're not gonna be able to get the triple kill. So they just timed themselves out from poor turn management, which is a common cause of my losses as well on offense, because I just fool around and do whatever I feel like. So, yep, looks like we'll maybe be top 10k, depends on how many last minute tryhards do ether raids. Legion's battles, again, never top 1k until it's water season. Arena, we're just not even trying this week. Do not see any point. I just don't feel like wasting a couple 100,000 feathers for an extra crown. Like, sure, you get an extra orb, and 500 feathers, and then the extra crown to flex on people. Kappa just did not really seem worth it. And of course, I don't know what the next rotation is after this, so that doesn't help me either. But arena assaults, just a casual run. Terrible rolls this week. A lot of pretty close to min rolls back to back constantly. So I guess we'll be back when the results come in. And I think from now on, I'm just gonna stop the recording so I don't have the corruption issues like last time. So here we go. Alright, here we go. Ether raids, nothing too special. Got top 10k, which I don't really care. Especially during Astra season. I don't have anything to boost my lift, so it's not a great time. Tactics room, alright. So that means I can get rid of the bolt tower. And I guess I'll put in Bright Shrine. Wrong. Guess I'll put Bright Shrine on defense. Sure, why not? I don't know what column to put Tactics Room on, honestly. Because depending on the setup, sometimes like on Desert, it's really nice to have column 1 open. I'm just gonna risk the biscuit and do this. And I guess Ether Resorts, the fields, you gotta collect their crops or something? Or is that next season? Guess it's next season. Doesn't really matter. Alright, Allegiance battles, again, nothing too special. Just another week of shenanigans. At least we're getting a decent bit of feathers, which is always nice. Appreciated. Of course, demoted to tier 20, but we should be able to get back up into tier 21 pretty easily. As long as I don't get absolutely memed on the matchmaker the whole week, but I don't think that's going to happen, right? So yep, here's how my inventory is looking now. Almost finally maxed out these guys, but it's gonna still be a while. Otherwise, nothing too notable to talk about here. So that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.